guys can begin when ready.
Cool. Is this a gig or just do we have to talk to the audience?
Yes, you do.
Do we have to start on the axe? Or you can send your
bloody
back
money.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'd like to thank David for the amazing work he's done on this record with me. And this song is actually quite interesting because when I arrived in LA, it was a completely different song with the same title. It was a song called Susie Gossip. And down the street from where I live, there's a little Protestant graveyard. And I saw this tombstone one day with the name Susie Gossip. So I thought this is a great idea for a song. And I started humming Susie, Susie Gossip, kind of 50s swing. And the song was about a nosy neighbour, making out she spoke about her neighbours and stuff. But the issue is she died in 2015 and her husband and son are still alive. So I was kind of going, okay, if they hear this on the radio about their mum being this nosy bat, I could be getting an unwelcome visitor at the door. So I told David about this issue and he rang me back half an hour later and he said, Ultan, I have a great idea. Rewrite it from the point of view of you seeing the name on the tombstone, taking your walk in the morning, and write it from the point of view that she was this wonderful woman. I thought it was crazy. But about 4 hours later, we had a brand new song.
We had a hit, man.
We had a hit.
You had a great song.
Yeah. So this is Susie Gossip, point two.
Point two, yeah.
Walking in the morning light, stone-coat walls in the grey sky, the cemetery whispers so many names, Seamus and Laura pray for John and Jane. Now there's one that makes me smile. You gotta wonder how she lived her life. Talking about Susie, Susie Gossip, under the shade of the tree. Susie, who is she? Talking about Susie Gossip. Moving on a hum and sing your name, Lady Gossip. Yeah, she's got it all. I wanna write you the world's greatest song. It's my fifth record, but it feels very different. You know, it's more than I could ever have hoped. Actually, it would turn out like. And again, thanks to David's creativity and that collaboration.
What role does humor play in your music, and in particular this record?
Actually, that's a good question. Well, a lot more than it used to, I'll put it that way, because there was no humour in it, to be honest. My last few records didn't have humour in them, and what I started to do the last few years when I play shows is like I play my songs, but in between them I speak quite a lot now and I tell stories, and I started to notice that my shows are improving a lot because I crack a lot of jokes between the songs. I get a lot of laughs. So I started to kind of do that dynamic because, well, one, I started to enjoy it. And as I was telling you, like when I come here to Los Angeles, I'm not going out to see songwriters or bands. I'm checking out the comedy scene. Because again, like there's great narratives in a lot of comedian stand-up sets, and that's where you'll get all the good lines. That's where you'll get the good lyrics. Talking about Susie. Talking about Susie.
The verbs killer on the bass, man. That's great.
Okay.
So like most, yeah. Instead of going, you know, the main thing. All right. So next, do you want to go do a little vocal thing? Go do one. Go do it.
I was just going to say on the bridge, I'm just hearing that bass line stuff now. Everyone came. You know, that kind
Go
of...
do a vibe track, man. Just go sing with yourself. Go sing with yourself. Go do it, man.
Get all down with your funky
Get all
self.
down with your funky self.
That might be a bad idea, but...
No.
They're all bad ideas.
Talking about Susie gossip, talking about Susie. Talking about Susie.
I got a letter during the pandemic lockdown. I was at home from a guy whose dad opened a ballroom of romance in Westport in County Mayo in the 60s. And the ballrooms of romance were a social dance people would go to in Ireland. I believe they probably started in the 40s or 50s. He sent me a beautiful letter saying his father opened the Starlight Ballroom in Westport and that Roy Orbison had come through and all these big stars of the day came through and played these rooms every now and then. So I did a little bit more research on it and that's where the Starlight Ballroom was born.
Everybody came to the town that day, Jackie in her old blue heels, Ronan from Knock on a motorbike, and Bridget from Tormakeedy. Oh pretty woman, how long must I dream? In 1969 in Westport town, Roy Orbison played at the Starlight Ballroom. The Starlight Ballroom. In 1981, the last band played. Daddy Cool and the Lollipops rocked the Starlight Ballroom. The Starlight Ballroom. They were always the best of friends. Here half my shoulder to cry. But the start of the end came when Ronan winked and Bridget caught his broad smile. Jackie dear, little girl, dry your eyes.
When I sent David, you know, that track was completed and David started to compile, kind of like going, okay, let's take this Starlight Ballroom idea a little further, you know. He kind of made it a broader space for me. He said the Starlight Ballroom could be a small pub where, you know, you play to 8 people and there's these characters in it. So that really helped me to write the old songs, which also mentions the starlight. Sing along in the starlight tonight. So even though it's written about my cousin's pub, JJ Hawkes, you know, we placed it that it's called the Starlight Bar, you know. And it's that was a really nice thing making the record, because then we had all these characters and they all seemed to belong in this one world, you know, that David helped me create.
Tony Chambers and the San Antos played on the opening night. Above the dance floor, a sparkling night sky made out of fairy lights. With the dancing fever, we're gonna dance all night. In 1969 in Westport town, Roy Orbison played at the Starlight Ballroom. The Starlight Ballroom. In 1981, the last band played. Daddy Cool and the Lollipops rocked the Starlight Ballroom. The Starlight Ballroom. The Starlight Ballroom. the Starlight Ballroom. Nice.
That was great. Let's go right into.
Working for the man.
When did you write that song?
I think I'm guessing it's, you know, the way time goes, especially at the moment, I'm thinking maybe a year ago, even longer, because it was lockdown. I got that letter, and when I read the letter, I looked up about the ballroom, and I could, you know, like the lyrics are pretty straightforward, but there's the third verse is about the there was a up on the ceiling of the Starlight Ballroom, there was something called the night sky, but it was all fairy lights, thousands of them set up. So that was actually above it. And they actually had a revolving stage as well, which sounds pretty bloody cool.
That's pretty awesome.
And that band, Daddy Cool and the Lollipops, they were the band who closed out the, who played the very last night of it. Since the beginning of my songwriting in my teens, time has been the whole overall kind of, not factor and everything, but I guess I started writing songs when I was 15 after my dad passed away.
Yeah.
So I'm obsessed with time
Yeah.
in a weird way, because I think at such a young age to have that rug pulled out from under you,
Yeah.
time is immediately a totally different thing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So my songs have always been about that longing and time and stretching it out, making it last longer. And the longing in my songs and that, like I hate to upset some of my beautiful ex-partners, but most of my songs about loss are about my dad, really. That's the root,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, man. Let's do it, man.
Wake up in the morning and go down the stairs. Pick up my shoes from under the chair. Ready for the day, ready to pay my way. Someone's got the blues in the staff room. Gonna lend an ear and throw my 2 cents in for the company. All day long I work for the man in me. There ain't no way I'm gonna lay in bed and let my head get the better of me. All day long, all day long. Could be a cool photo.